What's good with you guys, man? So I just wanted to do a quick little video. Probably not gonna make this longer than 5 minutes or so. But I did want to talk about this Terence Crawford versus Shawn Porter final press conference. Some interesting things being said. But all in all, I will kind of say it was kind of a boring press conference, but I want to say mainly because these guys don't seem to have real animosity towards each other. But I'm also in me saying that I do kind of feel like I do kind of feel a little bit of tension where these guys, one of them wants to jump out and say something wild about the other, but they have so much respect for each other that they're not gonna do it. And it's kind of like, all right, I'll do it, but I'll see if this guy does it first. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting from these guys. Um, Terence Crawford seemed a little timid in what he was saying. Like he really doesn't care. Well, I mean, if you guys keep up with Terence Crawford, you know he really doesn't care for these press conferences or so. He's been a guy that a lot of people criticize because the lack of media that he does do, lack of promotion that he does do for himself. And then Shawn Porter's just up there being real, it's giving me like network vibe. He's real happy. He's up and going. He's talking like somebody that I think I heard somebody else say this too. In an interview that I might have saw from after the press conference. I think it was on Fight Hype. I think they were talking to Shawn Porter, dad Kenny Porter, and they were saying it just feels like Shawn Porter has that he did have a suit on, but he just feels like one of the suits, and that means like a corporate guy, right? He's a guy who's been commentating for Showtime, Fox for a little while, and he has that hat on while he's actually being preparing for a fight. So that's the kind of the feel I got for it. But I do want to say, right? I wish these guys did have a moment. There wasn't any moment in the press conference where I felt like, yo, this right here. Besides the fact, I mean, sometimes it is corny, man. We don't want to fake it. We don't want to force it. But I do want these guys to have a successful pay per view. But I wish there was just a moment that could just push this fight. This is something you could sell to the fans, to the casual, like a Canelo with Caleb Plant. You don't necessarily have to slap each other, but I just wish there was a little bit of extra, a little oomph. Like just give me a little, just give me something. Like just give us like a headline in a sense, right, where we could really run with it. And both those guys didn't oblige. They didn't give us any of those things. But Kenny Porter said something too that I thought was interesting in this press conference, and that was he doesn't study the opponents, right? Now I understand, I've heard other trainers say they don't really like to push to study other fighters that their opponent is that their fighter is fighting, because those are things that can change. Like you don't know what type of style that this person will come into this fight, because it's all dictated on who they're fighting as well. So I understand from that standpoint. But there are key things that there are tendencies that a fighter will always have, and those are things that you will want to explode. If you can steal around early, because we talk about how Terence Crawford is one of the best, one of the best fighters when it comes to adjusting, right? When it comes to adjusting mid fight, like yeah, it might be something that you've had success against him with for 2 rounds, but like let's say you had success against him throwing I don't know, a check right hook, right? For round 3 and 4, you was timing perfectly. Now that's something he'll pick up and he'll adjust to that accordingly, right? But I feel like those little things can steal you rounds if you pick up on certain tendencies, certain weaknesses in a fighter. I mean, yes, you wanna impose your will, but in a fight of this magnitude, certain fighters like Terence Crawford, everybody has tendencies, and I wish he would have said that maybe he could be lying, but I don't think he's lying. I don't think Kenny Porter's a guy that'll go up there and just say I don't study fighters, because there would be no point to lying in that situation, right? But that's one thing I picked up on Bo Mac. He had a little bit of energy. I kind of felt like his energy was more so confident than Terence Crawford. We know Terence Crawford's a confident guy, but Bo Mac did a little bit of selling here, but it wasn't too much they really gave us. But I did want to get out a video because I want this I want how should I say? I want this fight to do good numbers, right? So I do want to get out some content there, just keeping awareness up, just let's feed in the YouTube streets. I know plenty of other people doing it, but I want to get some content out about these guys. And I just see I passed the 5 minute mark, so we're gonna cut this video a little short. I didn't have too much to talk about anyway. But with that being said, man, make sure you guys definitely get the ESPN Plus, support the fight. I am gonna come back with I'm gonna come back on Friday with my prediction video, and it's gonna be, it's not gonna be your typical prediction videos like I did with the Jeff Horn. I not said Jeff Horn. Tim Tszyu versus Takeshi Inoue fight. I'm gonna have some betting odds, and we're gonna talk about some good betting props when those jump up. So with that being said, I'm heading up out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a video. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.